Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. I'll start off with a smile. I don't know. The topics tonight are either going to be fun or depressing. Depends how you look at it, but we'll try to have as much fun as we can in the year 2020. Hope you guys are doing good. Hopefully, you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Hopefully, your various tyrant dictator governors didn't scare you out having a good time. So, hopefully, you guys all saw your families and. Tyrant dictators. Looks like mine here in Michigan was nominated for Time Magazine's Person of the Year. I'll be sure to never read Time Magazine again. Anyways, how's it going? Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy, what's happening? Rusty Williams, what's up, man? JDV3, we got Stephen Kennedy, Chuck R, Matt the Man, Candace Sharon, Al Lujan, Fred Saw Gunner Fred, what's happening, man? How's it going? Pillbox Bunker, what's happening, Pillbox? I think that cartridge that you sent over to me is a 7.62 by 54R, Pillbox. Let me move this thing out of my way. Looks like a 7.62 by 54R, if you ask me. An old brass case. Who else is in here? Stephen Kennedy, what's happening? Joe Morgan. We've got Paul Sharon. What's happening? Ryan D. Unknown user. Cool. Ryan D. We are family. Let's see here. Ryan Miles. What's happening? Good luck buying ammo in Michigan. Had to join a gun store membership. It's tough to buy ammo. And then what price did you have to pay? I was at my local gun shop today. Supermatch G&A. If you're ever in southeastern Michigan, definitely check them out. They're awesome. They had tons of handguns in stock and even ammo. Although the prices are not what they used to be, he's having to pay way, way, way more than what he used to. So keep that in mind. One of my best friends owns a gun shop, guys. Like literally, he doesn't lie to me about anything. He's telling me some of the prices he's paying for ammo now, and it's crazy. If your local gun shop's charging $35 a box for 9mm FMJ, they're probably not ripping you off. They're probably making about the same profit margins as they were when it was 14, 15 bucks a box, at least from what I can see. I'm not even joking. Are there going to be some unscrupulous gun dealers out there that are totally ripping you off? Well, yeah, cheaper than dirt. But it's tough, guys, even for the local gun shop, because they're having to put way more money up front for their ammo, and then to make the same margins, they're not really preferring this either. At least that's kind of what I'm gathering, and I can understand it. It's just getting to the point where enough's enough. Like, it was cool when they sold all their ammo right away, but now when they have to reorder, they're on waiting lists for weeks, months, sometimes even a year now back order. It's getting really, really tough out there. So hopefully you've got what you need. And if you don't, I'm giving you guys one last call. Get it while you can. I don't see ammo getting better anytime soon, to be honest with you. Probably not even next year. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. I couldn't lie to you guys. I'm just telling you the truth. Cave Dave, what's happening? Cypher, what's up? Lil Rob 2030. We've got Derek Butts. We've got Amber. And it just skipped on me. So a bunch of other good people, including Matt Morrison, Cassandra Marie, Marked Man, Mark Viviano. Thank you. Or Mike Viviano. I'm sorry. Thank you. I appreciate it. He said I have a great channel. Well, thank you. Let's see here. I hate how Susan makes this chat move like this. Hi, Susan. She's not happy with me. She didn't like my last stream, okay? She didn't like it. Luis Guzman, when will ammo be back to the price it was? That is a great question, and I'm going to talk about that in just a couple minutes. It's a long answer, but I don't know. Hey, Dubs, what's up, man? How's it going? And I thought I saw a super chat. Raw Feeding 101. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. How you doing? You have the ammo you need? You guys doing good? I hope you're doing good, man. You and your wife and your dogs. If you have dogs, by the way, this is your guy. Definitely check him out. Streams like encyclopedias worth of information on, how to help your dog eat a healthy lifestyle. So I always recommend his channel. Paul Gonzi, what's happening? See, I'm scrolling, and then it just skips. What's happening? Shooting it with Uncle Dan. How you doing, man? Worn out from skinning deer and hogs. How many deer are you up to? 23 or 24? I know he's up to several dozen deer. If you guys are hungry, go over to Uncle Dan's. He's the one. He's barbecuing. He's providing all the venison. There might be 1 or 2 deer left in Texas. I don't know. Flying Rich, what's happening, man? Ammo will be back 2 months into Trump's second term. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to get some people mad, but I don't care. If you guys haven't noticed, I really don't care. But look, the election's not over. I don't care what the AP says. That doesn't matter to me whatsoever. I've seen some revelations in just the last couple days. Emergency legislative sessions here in my state, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Sounds like Sidney Powell did have a crack into Unleash, and it's getting unleashed literally right now. Look, it's not over yet, okay? Trump won the election. I know he did, for a fact. I've seen tons of evidence. And for people that are going to come in later and say, you have to show me the proof. No, I actually don't have to show you anything. I spent hours researching this, and you can too. But I'm convinced Trump won the election. Now, here's the variable. Will Joe Biden still get installed, we'll call it, into office, regardless if Trump won or not? It's possible. It's called the deep state. It's called the swamp. Trump's good at it, but we'll see what happens. I'm not 100% convinced that Trump will be in office, but I am 100% sure that he won. You guys know the difference here? Because it's literally called the deep state. And when I see this prospective so-called cabinet, that he's the cabinet of the office of the president-elect, whatever that even means, they made it up. They're just a bunch of old washed-up deep staters that, in my opinion, had to be awarded a cabinet-level position to keep from leaking or ratting out, on the rest of the cabal. I mean, look at these people. They're literally like washed up people that there's no way. It just looks fishier every single day. However, if all this gets reversed and Trump wins either by House delegation, 1 vote per 50 states, or if they do enough recounts and signature verifications where Trump does indeed still win the Electoral College and he gets in office, it's going to be way better for the ammo situation than if Biden gets installed or otherwise put into the White House. So that is definitely going to help. But I hate to say it, I think it's going to take more than a couple months, man. Raw Feeding with another super chat. Thanks a lot, man. You're so generous. I appreciate it. He says, double feeds on my Rossi 22 long rifle, multiple ammos and magazines. Any guesses on cause? Well, first of all, it's a 22. 22s can be finicky. Double feed sounds like to me that it's failing to eject. Is that what's going on? You have an empty case? Or is it actually just feeding 2 rounds? I don't know. Try to help him out, guys. I'm not real familiar with that Rossi. I'm not a huge 22 guy. I've got a couple. It could be a number of things, but 22s are known to be one of the more finicky cartridges, in my opinion, It's great because it's cheap and they're fun, but Vote 2AE to you into Trump's cabinet. I want to be president. You know why I want to be president? I'll show you guys why. Let me find it here. This is why. Because then I can put my Hope Hicks into office to be my PR person. How's it going, Tap Rock and Roll? I'm not even joking. Seriously, ask her. I wouldn't lie to you. If I become president, she'll be my Hope Hicks. So, smart, good looking. What more could you want? What do you guys think of her, by the way? Was she a pretty good co-host last week? Let me know down in the comments. I think she was pretty good, but I want to see what you guys have to say. What do you think, Cave Dave? Was she pretty good last week? I had a blast. Especially when I got to pull that kookery out and stuff. That was pretty cool. Angel, how's it going? Thank you. Hi from Brownsville, Texas, he says. Cool. Need ammo. Yes. I don't think there's a place in the whole country yet at this point that hasn't been affected. Speaking of awesome, there she is. How's it going, Linda? Linda's pretty awesome. I like her. I like her quite a bit, actually. Tyler says she's nice. Thanks, Tyler. All right, I'll just start off with the ammo shortage, guys. Here's the deal. This is when I realized how bad it really is. And when I started in March, look, I don't try to cause panic on this show. I'm just real with you guys. I mean, I'm old. I remember the 1994 AWB and the panic for ammo then. I remember Barack Hussein Obama's first term, the shortage then. I remember the re-election, the shortage then. I remember Sandy Hook. I remember when the media said Hillary's going to win. It almost got started, and then Trump just steamrolled it, right? This is a bad one. This is real bad. And this is how I realized how bad it actually is, okay? Are you guys familiar with Golden Tiger ammo? They're famous for their 7.62 by 39, right? 5.45. I saw there was a new shipment of it that came in, okay? They had it at SG. And it said, warning, corrosive. I'm like, corrosive? They haven't sold corrosive 7.62 by 39 besides the Yugo stuff, which was surplus. The Yugo brass cased was available just a couple years ago, right? But besides that, they haven't been putting out corrosive X39 in years. I'm like, is this flashback to 1992? You guys know what I'm saying, you old timers. No, it's corrosive, and here's why. So they've explained there's such a shortage of primers in Russia, which Russia does make its own primers, right? There's such a shortage that here's what they did. They were taking old military surplus Russian ammo, right? And instead of just selling it to us, they can't because we have a law against armor-piercing ammunition if it has a steel core, blah, blah, blah. So they couldn't just sell it to us as is because the particular ammo they had stockpiled up was considered to be AP, illegal for import into the United States. So they pulled those bullets out and then installed new bullets using the old case and the old mildly corrosive primer. So they're literally pulling bullets on military surplus ammo, right? And putting in what they call hunting bullets. For technicality reasons, they have to call it hunting ammo to get it over here. It's just goofy rules they have to play with the Department of Commerce, ATF, and others. So the fact that Russia, and this is from, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but when you look at it, it looks like it's Vinepal is the company that makes Golden Tiger. One of the top two, like them and Barnaul is what's basically making and shipping all the Russian ammo our way. The fact that they had to go back deep into the old Milsurp warehouses, pull bullets and put new bullets in because there's no primers in Russia either. And I did some more research into it, talked to some people I know, and here's the story I'm getting. And I'm getting this from someone I know who's a direct importer. They're saying that due to the Kung Flu, because it's worldwide, remember? It's worldwide. New World Order, it's called. That Russia's had to shut down its factories. So Russia's not able to crank out primers. The whole world's out of primers. I know someone that has some connections to the Serbia area, you know, former Yugoslavia. Nope. Having a hard time getting mainly small pistol primers, small rifle primers even now. It just keeps getting worse by the day. So, yeah. They call it a global pandemic. They call it the Great Reset. They call it New World Order. They call it UN Arms Treaty, which is to ban all the small arms in the world. They call it so many things, it's not even funny. By the way, Biden will sign it. Biden will sign it. As long as there's a Republican majority, the Senate won't ratify. Biden, you know, the Biden-Obama administration signed it whenever it came up, just to refresh you guys' memory. And then that just bans basically everything on the UN level. The UN, that's when the blue helmets get to come in and confiscate. It's called Agenda 21, Agenda 30. Look, I'm not trying to get too much in the weeds here, but they're out of primers like on a worldwide level right now. The fact that they're selling corrosively primed, pulled bullet, milsurp stuff. And they're like, that's not because that's what we wanted. That's literally all we can get. Sam Gabbard couldn't get any, fresh components. 7.62 by 39 from Russia, and he's one of the largest importers in the United States. So when he can't get it, I'm not going to quite go as far as to say nobody can, but that's a pretty heavy hitter in the industry. Sam Gabbard ammo, right? America the Free with the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need a little love right now. Because people are asking me, when's the ammo shortage going to be over? All right. So, in my opinion, just giving you guys some background info. And by the way, one more thing to keep in mind. One more thing. Even if it wasn't for Russia, they're a big exporter to the U.S. The United States, have you guys noticed what they're doing lately too? Now, they're always buying stuff, but the government, the huge government purchase orders and contracts, like way beyond what were even normal. So basically, any little bit, when they start lifting restrictions in certain states, people getting back to work, people are catching, their immune systems are, their T-cell receptors, they're becoming immune and they can get back to work. That's what we need to get back to work, guys. We need to get back to work. Everybody can't be on welfare. Everybody can't be on government assistance. Socialism works perfectly great until you run out of spending other people's money. Ask Venezuela how that works, where they're eating out of garbage trucks. And the last thing they're worried about is ammo. They're starving to death because they have none. They had to give all that up about 8 years ago or so. Anyways, it seems like any little bit that the United States is producing right now, the government's like, oh, hold on a minute. Ammo production just went up another 50 million rounds in the U.S. per week. I made that number up, but if it was 50 million, Department of Defense, all these different 3-letter agencies, Postal Service, Department of Education, you name it. Oh, 50 million rounds, okay, can go into the American, civvy economy, right? They call us civvies. That's what they call us. You guys ever heard that terminology? Civvies. An acronym to that would be plebe, peasant. Pretty much. I think peasant's a little bit higher than what they consider us. Anyhow, 50 million rounds will go to the peasant class. All right, purchase orders for 51 million. It seems like no matter what, they just keep upping the purchase orders. I heard that they're taking purchase orders and not even having them filled. They just reserve it. We'll pay you for it to not even make it. Is that to make sure we can't get it? I don't know. I just think it's kind of curious that as production's down on these raw components, right? Not only in the United States, but we're now finding out in the whole entire world. The government just keeps upping their buying power more and more and more. And this is how things have been going under the Trump administration, where Trump's been telling people this whole time, we need to get back to work. We can't let the cure be worse than the disease. And whether you like Trump or not, it's besides the point. That's a very optimistic way to look at life. We can't let the cure be worse than the disease. And it's a plague. It's bad. People die. It's real. But people die from many other things. Well, here's the thing. Biden said that if he was elected president, or at this point installed otherwise, however you want to look at it, right, that it'd be a dark winter. So if he gets elected or installed into office, you can call it whatever you want. I just have to speak vaguely right now because the election's not over. Nobody has 270 electoral college votes. It could go to the state delegation. Many things could happen. Thanks for the super sticker, Mateo. I appreciate it, man. But then the ammo shortage is going to be like really bad. Like really, really, really bad. I saw ammo for $35 today for 9mm full metal jacket, Fiocchi. That's a lot of money. If you bought tons of it at $8, $9, $10, $12 a box, you obviously don't want to buy any because you don't need to. But if you don't have any, you might want to get yourself a box. I'm not going to say buy, 100,000 rounds thinking it's going to go up. It could double in price. It could triple. But it could go back down. But I think right now, see, here's what I learned. A lot of these big places, because you have to remember, they put this ammo from Russia. That's why it's so cheap. They put it on a freighter, ocean freighter. And it travels across the ocean, and it can take it 6 weeks, 12 weeks, depending, right, to make its way over here. They're not going to fly this stuff express. Ammo just weighs way too much money, and there's laws to do with flying ammunition, right? It's considered ORMD, all these things. If you guys remember my Phoenix ammunition video I did where I gave you guys the sneak peek behind the scenes of how it's made, he was explaining that. It has to be marked ORMD. It has to be shipped ground. So just keep that in mind. No one's going to life flight us ammo. So even if, okay, Russia just starts making all of its primers again, they're already a year behind, because ammo insiders have been telling me they usually have about a 1-year stockpile. And that's just to keep everything fluid. Markets like to be predictable, right, as a whole, especially commodities markets. If it's predictable, they know what they're doing. They don't have to pay overtime, but they're not laying anybody off. And that's why they like to keep approximately a year's worth stockpiled for retail. That way, if it waxes and wanes and there's a slow month followed by a busy month, they don't have to go from laying off half their staff to then paying people overtime. And any of you that even own the smallest business knows that that'd be a nightmare. So now that I'm seeing that they're taking in Russia, we'll go back to that again, and they're pulling, projectiles that aren't legal here out of old surplus ammo and reloading it. That means that their warehouses are empty. There is no more civilian production. You name it. They make a lot of calibers of ammo in Russia. It's not just X39. It's, 545 by 39, 54R, 9mm, 380, 308, 223, 30-6, 303 British. Sure, I'm missing a couple even then. 6.5 Grendel. Don't forget that, right? Made by Barnall, sold by the Wolf Importing Company. So if right this second, if they said Donald Trump is the president, nobody's afraid of gun control, it's going to take at least a year just for them to get back to where they are. And that's if this plague, this whatever you want to call it, this sickness is gone. So assuming that's gone, because there's still a lot of places in the world where they're locking them completely down. There's places in the United States where they're still locking down a lot of cities, right? Some of the places they're saying that it's actually worse now than it was in the spring when this started. So if Trump gets reelected, I would say 1 year just to get it back to where the warehouses aren't completely empty, right? So that puts us at basically the end of 2021. I can see prices starting to fall, okay? And at the end of 2022, 2 years from now, it getting close to being back to the same price. So if you guys want my best estimate, I just wanted to give you all the background so you didn't think I was just pulling the rabbit out of the hat or whatever. Look, I can only guess as much as you guys, but there's a lot that goes into this that I've been really thinking about. I think 2 years from now is if we were lucky. Like if you could scratch off a winning lottery ticket and it would say, congratulations, the ammo shortage is over as soon as possible. That's in 2 years. If Biden makes his way in office, however it would be, I said if, okay. I don't know what to tell you guys. Because not only is the consumer buying going to keep going up and up and up, but do you guys remember when the Obama-Biden administration shut down the last lead smelting factory in the United States? Made us dependent upon imported lead, mainly from China. What's not to say that they won't just outlaw lead bullets, period, with the stroke of a pen or some kind of EPA interpretation? That would be tough. That'd be real tough. Even before the ammo shortage, you guys know how much copper solid ammo cost. If that's all we could have is, because you have to remember, you already can't have steel or carbide or hardened material ammo because that would be considered armor-piercing ammo, and that's already been deemed illegal. Boy, how about you guys? But to me, shall not be infringed only means one thing. And we've gotten to the point now where we have tens of thousands of gun control laws. Whew. shall not be infringed. Like, what's so hard to understand? But I digress. Most of the materials you could make ammo out of are already illegal. Not to mention Biden promised, the Harris-Biden administration promised, if they get installed into office or win or whatever they want to call it, 50 cents per round tax on ammo. I'm just going to say it. Let me just be blunt with you guys. I don't think ammo will ever, for the rest of our life, be as cheap as it was early this year if they get into office. Because you know why? 50-cent tax on ammo. Then the Republicans take the House. Then Trump comes back and wins in 2024. Guys, I didn't say Trump lost. Just if you just joined, this is the hypothetical. This is assuming somehow they get in office. I'm just giving you guys the two sides of the coin. Trump stays in office, which I believe he won. 2 years minimum. Harris-Biden administration gets in there. However they get in there. Probably the rest of our life. Because here's what will happen. Trump gets back in 2024. Republicans take the House. Republicans take the Senate. Overwhelmingly take it all. Which could happen, and I hope it does. They won't get rid of any of the gun control that Biden-Harris did because nobody ever gets rid of any gun control. I'm being dead serious. If you guys want to know what I thought of Trump before the election and who I was supporting, go watch the stream right before the election. I made it very clear. But at the same time, I'm just a realist. I've just been around this a long time. You know what the Republicans will do? The Republicans will say, elect us, and we promise not to add any more tax onto your ammo. So if they get this ammo tax passed, if they get rid of online ammo sales, which we love to support our local gun shop, except for here's the problem. You know most of our gun shops are buying their ammo online, right? Yeah, seriously. They are. So no online ammo sales. Okay, now we just like drastically reduce the supply because people don't know how to find it, including many of your local gun shops. See, all your local gun shops don't have a Federal or Winchester distributor, right? Like the huge shops do, of course. Like the nationwide chains, Dunham's, they have a rep, I'm sure. Corporate meets with corporate type of deals. Your local mom and pop shop like Supermatch G&A, great shop if you're ever in southeastern Michigan, by the way. You'll love him, I guarantee it. But he doesn't have his own Winchester rep. They're like, who the heck are you? So he has to buy essentially online from a wholesaler who knows somebody at corporate Winchester. But that's what will happen. If there's any type of ammo taxes or any type of bans on ammo material, heck, half of these bans were put in by Republicans previously, just to be honest with you. And then the bans and all these different things that were put on by Democrats, Republicans have been yet to repeal any of them. They don't repeal. Hearing Protection Act. I remember Eric Blanford, IV 8880, and I remember him talking right around the time Trump got elected. We had the trifecta. We had the Republican president, we had the House, we had the Senate. He said, here it is, boys. We've been waiting our whole life. What do we want first? This should be like a drive-thru. You drive up to the menu and you just order what you want. You guys that watch his channel probably remember that show that he did. This should have just been like ordering off of a menu. We know we're going to get Hearing Protection Act. We know that we're going to get reciprocity. We know we're going to get some of these bans repealed. We have to. That's what all these Republicans ran on, Eric said. And I concur. I was saying it too. Instead of picking which one we got first, we got none of them. We didn't get the Hearing Protection Act. We didn't get national reciprocity. And we had the lower chamber of Congress, the People's House. We had the upper chamber, the Senate. We had the president. They didn't give us anything back. In Trump's defense, he did a couple executive actions that did help, specifically with some previous Obama-Biden executive actions that were messing with the veterans' abilities to get guns. So I will say Trump did a little bit there. I mean, he did a lot. That was huge. But of the hundreds and hundreds of anti-gun executive actions, Trump unsigned like one. And the House and the Senate, they didn't pass any pro-gun bills. They didn't repeal anything. So if Biden gets in office, probably a 50% tax on ammo that the Republicans won't repeal. They'll just say elect us and we won't put another 50 cents on it. They ban lead smelting in the United States, close the last one down. So then before you know it, they're going to say, all right, now let's ban lead projectiles, period, like I said. They might ban brass. Who knows? How could they ban brass? Well, that's easy. That's easy to do. It's super easy. Any of you guys have an old house? I used to rent a house that was built. It was a wartime house built in World War II. It had aluminum wiring in it. Why? Because the government commandeered copper. You were not allowed to use copper to wire homes during that period of time. In fact, for at least 2 or 3 years, whatever it was, they made pennies out of steel instead of copper. It's easy to do. Whether it's because we're in another world war legitimately or whether the military-industrial complex. Eisenhower gave it that name, and it persists today more than ever. They call it the military-industrial complex. All they have to do is say, we need to commandeer all the brass. Well, hold on a minute. These are things they can literally do with a stroke of a pen. It doesn't even take an act of Congress to commandeer metals. It doesn't even take an act of Congress. Obama, just so you know, Obama didn't have the House and Senate send a bill to him to ban lead smelting. No, he closed it through his EPA. He closed the last lead smelting plant in the United States where we're dependent on China. I don't know. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, guys. I'm just being dead serious. Best case scenario, the ammo shortage / high prices. People try to get me on a technicality sometimes. Let me explain. There is no shortage. They'll say, if I'm willing to spend enough money, okay? If I'm willing to spend enough money, I can buy as much as I want. But that's the definition of a shortage, guys. Shortage doesn't mean that you can't get any at any cost. It just means when you have a commodity, and instead of it selling at the status quo, once you have to start paying even 10% more, now we have a minor shortage. If you're paying 800% more, that's the definition of shortage. Now, if there was just zero ammo and you couldn't even buy one round for $1 billion, that would be called unobtainium. So this is a shortage when you're having to either not get it, even if your local Dunham's once a week gets an ammo truck, and every 4 times they have ammo on it, and I'm just going to go with 9 because it's the easiest one to keep naming here. 1 in 4 times when the truck comes, they have 9 on there, and it's only $15 a box, limit 2 boxes. But you had to get there at 6 a.m. and wait in a line outside the door for 3 hours, 4 separate times. You've now spent 12 hours of your life where you couldn't be fruitful in any other ways, right? So that you could buy 2 boxes for regular price. I would argue that still proves there's a shortage, right? Just like when there's food shortages, people wait in bread lines. So here's basically that's what's going on right now. People are either A, waiting in bread lines, ammo lines to get the ammo, right? For regular price. Or they're paying 3, 4, 5, even 10 times what it's worth in some cases. Or they're buying none. 2 years, if Trump serves a second term, the whole 4 years, guaranteed 8 years if they get reelected. If it's Biden-Harris, it'll be just as bad. It'll be nuts. It'll be chaos. They'll be trying to ban so much stuff. There'll be so much panic buying, it won't even be pretty. So people say, well, prices are so high right now. Could it get worse? Yeah, it could, to be honest with you. I think it really could. Reptile Guys with a super chat. Thank you. He says, really weird, but yearly death rate has not went up. If you can look into it. I have. Death from heart disease, the common flu, cancer, and others have fallen. Interesting. Well, that's good news, I guess, right? I mean, if not, yeah, no matter how you look at it, that's good news if death rates haven't gone up. But whether people are dying or not, they're still shutting down so many aspects of everything in our daily lives, especially and including ammunition. Now, what's crazy about it is this. There's other things that are hard to get too, but the big difference is nobody's promising to ban these wide variety of other things. Like there might be a shortage on blue nitrile gloves. I'll give you guys a perfect example. These were like $7 at Harbor Freight, and they would go on sale for like $4.99 with coupon. I use a lot of these in my business, like a lot. I would go through like 30, 40 boxes a year. They did not have any in stock. Now they have them for $17.50 a box. And I'm like, what a ripoff. Until I went on Amazon and saw other similar brands, 5 mil blue nitrile were like $25 a box. So this has gone up 500%, and nobody's even trying to ban this. Even Dr. Fauci approves of these. Can you imagine that? Now you've got guns and ammo where they're promising they're going to ban it, they're going to tax it, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. So it shouldn't be a surprise if you put it all together in its totality. I don't know. All right, so that's where I think we're at with the ammo shortage. One other little anecdotal thing. All these Carcano rifles have been coming in the country really cheap, and I own a few myself. Have you guys tried to buy 6.5 Carcano? Some of you guys are thinking, wait a minute, I've never even heard of that. If you're not into old milsurps, well, just to show you how bad it is. 6.5 Carcano. By the way, that's the round that supposedly, that's the magic bullet, guys, right? The magic bullet. Lee Harvey Oswald that shot the bullet and it curved, right? Don't want to get into the JFK conspiracy, but that was the gun that allegedly Lee Harvey Oswald as the lone gunman used in the JFK. You can't even find 6.5 Carcano. Like, really? No, seriously. That's where it's at right now. I see guys on Gunbroker. I was like, well, they must have it on Gunbroker. Yeah, like $80 for a box of PPU. 6.5 Carcano that was $13 just 8 months ago. Guys were complaining to me just the other day in the comments on one of these recent videos. $2 a round for 30-30. 30-30. Yeah. So I tell you guys that 6.5 Carcano is now like $4 a round for cheap FMJ PPU. And PPU is great ammo, but it used to be like 65 cents a round. Now it's $4. Yeah, I know. Kind of nuts, right? Now, when it comes to the brace, look, I reported on it as soon as it came out. A lot of people did. We were under the impression at first, and that's what it seemed like, that braces are either about to get banned or they did just get banned. Well, no more did I get done with that stream the other night, right? And John Crump put up an update. So let me get here real quick. I'm not a professional at this software, but I will do my best. All right, so I've got that up on the screen. So he came through here. All right. And he added at the very beginning of it, he said, editor's note, this story has been edited to clarify previous comments and includes additional facts that have come to light since we first posted. The ATF's confusing and contradictory approval process is an evolving story, and we will continue to update and inform our readers as we get better information. Despite rumors, there is no official change to ATF policy as it relates to the legality of the pistol braces. So that's what he's saying. Okay. It's kind of a he said, she said right now. It's the ATF saying this, and then SB Tactical has responded, and they've given their side of the story, which I said that the whole night. I was like, look, I'm only giving you guys one side of the story. Because at that point in time, SB Tactical had not responded yet, right? Well, now they've responded. So there we go. Now we have the other side of the story. So now we're in a truly he said, she said situation here. And there's the approval letters that used to be in this article that were taken down, and now there's another letter up here. But there's also, it says, multiple other approval letters issued by ATF for similar products tell a different story. So now we're getting the second side to the story. So ATF, it sounds like at one point in time, told SB Tactical that you can work off of your original approval letter and then expand the product line. Okay? That's according to SB Tactical, as backed up by some additional documentation they've now provided. So that's awesome. But I would note, we still have something on the letterhead. It says United States Department of Justice. It says ATF Criminal Complaint. And it's telling them like that they need to get rid of this, right? So we've still got that letter floating around there too. And I would note, for that unnamed shotgun that I referred to that had a SBA3 on it, yeah, that letter was dated September 20th, 2020. And in that article, just 2 months ago, they're saying ATF has long held that the SBA3 is a shouldering device and not an arm brace. So it's kind of like this, and I'm probably going to miss something here, but this has turned into like this whole dramatic thing, and it sucks, okay? So a few years back, they basically came to an agreement, according to SB Tactical. The ATF said you can keep working off of this approval letter, okay? And he has some proof for that. Cool. Despite the fact that the ATF also gave him a cease and desist. But then it sounds like after that, told him multiple times that these newer model braces were fine. They were considered to be approved under the umbrella of the original letters. This is just as I understand it, guys. By the way, no legal advice here. Just hanging out with you, okay? But then September 20th, they say now that the SBA3, which is like probably the most common and many people say the best SB Tactical product, right? Certainly one of the most popular, no matter what. Now they're saying that, no, we've long held that it's a shouldering device. I'm just getting sick of all of it, to be honest with you. It's all just a bunch of crap. Because I remember the ATF specifically stating a couple of years ago, they said, we will no longer give individual determination letters. So here's how this works. Again, just my understanding, not a lawyer. Don't get your own lawyer if you think you need legal advice, obviously, right? So here's how I understand this. They used to do determination letters where you could literally go through here and you could ask them questions, right? And you could tell the ATF, I want to know if I can do this. And they would answer you or not. Do you guys remember that? Right? Then over 2 years ago, they said, no, we won't do that anymore. We don't do that. So you're not allowed to ask them yourself, but the ATF has also long held that if they give a letter out that's to one individual person, that letter only applies to them and doesn't apply to everybody else. Okay? So that's where I'm actually, again, going to go back to this again. Look, I have to say things like allegedly and in my opinion, just because these are highly legal situations. I'm certainly not their lawyer and I'm not a lawyer at all. But if I were so inclined, and that's why the first stream I did, okay? The first stream I did, I said, we're only getting one side of the story here. We need to wait until we get SB Tacticals. Because the ATF has literally been like put it on the toilet bowl and flush it. They've been spinning this stuff in circles for years now with so many things. And speaking of which, here's the author that I was praising the whole last stream, John Crump himself. How's it going, man? He says, I will send you the full FOIA dump if you want. I would actually appreciate that. I've been really trying to take a studious approach to this. I noticed that you modified your article, and because, quite frankly, like I said, you were thinking the same thing I was when I did my first stream. You're like, dude, I have to report this. I only have one side of the story. I'm not putting words in your mouth, John. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm assuming it was something like this in your head, though. You're like, I have to report this. This is what FOIA told me. Right now, I only have ATF side of the story. And then as soon as SB Tactical responded to you, you updated the header, you included additional documents. And that's what I was hoping would happen. So here's where I'm at, guys. If you just want my opinion, I'm more inclined to believe SB Tactical right now than I am the ATF. Why? Well, let's see here. I don't know anybody at SB Tactical, so I'm assuming they're great, honest people, but I just don't know them. The ATF, however, though, they've been at so many tricks. They've been playing so many games with this stuff so long that I'm going to trust someone that's a complete stranger. that has a reputable name in the industry, infinitely over the ATF, because they're like probably the least people I would just trust, because I've seen how politicized they become. If you want my opinion, that's what I'm thinking. Now, again, no insider info on that. I just want to be real careful. And I keep saying, like, I'm not giving legal advice, guys, because I don't know. Is there a slight chance that, look, here's what it comes down to. If they want to take somebody and, quote, jam them up, that's when they try to get them on all these technicalities. And I said this before, do I really think that even if their position is, and I'm not saying it is, but even if their position is these braces are shouldering devices and we don't want any of them, they're all illegal. This is hypothetical. Even if that was the case, I don't think it is, okay? But if it was, they're not just going to come and like arrest 4 million people tomorrow. That's not how it works. They don't like to do it that way. They like to pick people off one at a time on these little, you guys know how they do it, right? But yes, John Crump, I would definitely like that information. Do you have my email address? If not, I will share it here in 1 second. Millennial Falcon, FPV, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. It says, bought a G3C 2 weeks ago and a threaded barrel and the red dot plate from Lakeline. Installed both today and they fit perfect. Thanks for what you do. Awesome, man. I hope you really enjoy that G3C. I love that pistol, dude. It's awesome, isn't it? Sounds like you've got quite the rig going. Red dot, threaded barrel. Right on, dude. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with Linda. Are you guys being a little stingy on the thumbs up? Come on, they're totally free, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, let's see here. YouTube's probably only giving me half the comments. John Crump, where should I send it to? Yeah. No, dude, I don't know. Did you see my other video? Since you're in here right now, I thanked you a bunch of times in that last video, and I'd like to personally thank you. That was some killer investigative research, dude. Getting FOIA requests, we got to get to the bottom of this somehow. Really. We have to put ATF. Look, they have to just put their cards on the table. They can't just keep going back and forth because these braces, $100, $200, $300 in some cases. A lot of us spend a lot of hard-earned money on these. They can't just keep doing the old do-si-do. It's legal. It's not legal. It's legal. It's not legal. No. From what I understand, and I've seen SB Tactical Talk, on other people's streams in the past, they've been trying to come up with a set of standards. I'm not trying to misquote them, but I believe that's how they just want a set of criteria and standards for the ATF to say parameters are here for braces, parameters are over here for butt stocks. Here's the line. And then SB Tactical's like, all right, we'll just stay on the other side of the line. But from what I understand, SB Tactical's never been given a set of full parameters from ATF. And I've even heard recently that ATF is sitting there, okay? Is sitting there. And they're saying, now these are fluid situations and we're going to go by a case-by-case basis? What? Well, that didn't happen here, John. I don't know you personally. I know who you are. Of course I know who you are. We have some mutual friends, I think. No, I actually sat there during that whole stream probably 10 times and said, thank you for bringing this to light. This is true investigative journalism, and that this stuff needs to be brought to the public's attention because we can't just keep it behind closed doors, okay? I'm going to tell you something in the email later. I don't want to say too much on here, John, but I sent a tweet to you thanking you, and they took my tweet down. I'll just leave it at that. I think I screenshotted the tweet, and I'll send that to you in the email. So apparently Twitter doesn't like your story. I can tell you that much. Put my email in here real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. All right. Glockshooter79@gmail.com. That's the best one to reach me at. So Twitter doesn't like it when we talk about coffee this week. They don't like it when we talk about elections. Apparently Twitter doesn't like, I don't know. They probably like John Crump. I'm just messing with you. Dude, they didn't like the story, though, apparently. I tagged you. I tagged Phoenix Ammunition, a few of my friends, and Whatever. I think I have a screenshot I can send you. It's a cabal, guys. I'm not even joking with you. No. Maybe that's why I got some haters in the comments, John, but I was definitely thanking you for what you did. Where is Knife Collector left me a super chat? Will Americans ever load mags and say no more or else? Or tell the government to go? Bleep, bleep. You know, the thing. Maybe. I hate this. It sounds so cliche, but if and only if things get bad enough. See, I think things are really, really bad because shall not be infringed, right? To me means literally like one thing. And the fact that Congress didn't give us our rights. The late, great George Washington didn't give us our rights. No, these are rights endowed to us by our Creator. Natural rights given to us by God. And the fact that they even thought that they could infringe even 1 inch, to me, would be intolerable. But the problem is, they've been infringing in the thousands and thousands and thousands of times. And every time they try to do something, someone says, it's just a brace. I could name 10 videos, but I'm not gonna because I don't want to, that are like, why are you guys getting all bent out of shape? It's just a brace. They're too floppy. They're too this. They're too short. They're too long. They're too hard. They're too soft. They're too Velcro-y. They're not Velcro-y enough. Who the heck would even want that anyways? Just join the military. You can use a real SBR. Look, I've heard it all this week, guys. Here's why I care. I care because shall not be infringed means literally not 1 inch, not 1 centimeter. And here's the deal. Yes, if we could repeal the NFA right now, bump stocks would become a moot point. I get it. Braces would become a moot point, except for the disabled veterans that they actually designed them for. That it doesn't matter how short-barreled rifle they are, they needed help and aid to shoot it with one hand, and it was designed by a disabled veteran for his primary focus, disabled veterans, and then he realized all people could use it to help shoot with one hand. But I digress. The brace would still be useful even if we did repeal the NFA, but I'm going to give you guys the cold, hard facts here on something. And that's just what I'm doing a lot of tonight, but I don't want to lie to you guys, even if it does make you feel good for 5 seconds. I'm going to tell you the truth. There's literally more of a chance. There's more of a chance that Biden won an honest election, and there's more of a chance that pigs will fly by your bedroom window right now than the NFA is going to get repealed anytime soon. And if we let them keep chipping away like they did at bump stocks and then chip away at braces, because so many people are saying we shouldn't even fight for the brace. We should go NFA or go home. Well, if you're ready to do that right now and say go NFA or go home, then just go home. Just literally go home. You've basically given up. Because I'm telling you, there's zero chance. All the Republicans do is play defense. Now, look, if we have generations of us, right? If we can start getting the young people not so indoctrinated in the public schools and in the universities, I'm not saying we never, ever have a chance. But if you think in the next 2 years, 4 years, anything like 6 years, 8 years even, they're going to repeal the NFA, you're actually not. And if you think the Supreme Court's going to do anything to repeal the NFA, you know, where we can have legal post-1986 machine guns again and silencers. Look, we had the House, we had the Senate, we had President Trump. They wouldn't even pass the Hearing Protection Act. In Europe, where they have draconian gun control compared to us, like literally, like you can't really own a gun, like you own it, but it has to be kept locked and key at a gun shop, right? Many of those countries allow them to sell silencers right over the counter because they consider them just being courteous to your neighbor and like buying a pair of earmuffs. The Hearing Protection Act didn't even pass. One more time, when we had Republicans in the House, the Senate, and the President. What more do you guys want than that? Well, the Supreme Court's conservative people say they'll shut down the NFA. I don't think so. Thanks for the super chat, Rudy Fenny. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. I don't think so, and here's why. Do you guys remember Heller? It was an awesome case in that they were trying to say DC versus Dick Heller said he couldn't have his handgun because the Second Amendment only gave you a collective right. You had to be collectively in a militia. So collective right means when you get the whole community together, them combined get to enjoy a right. And that's what they said the Second Amendment was. And Heller did set it straight and said, no, it's an individual right. Okay? there's a comma in between. That there's the militia, yes, but there's also the individual right that does not have to be connected to a militia. I think that's about a pretty good way to explain it. Awesome. What more can I say? That was awesome. However, in the majority opinion, Scalia came in. The lion of the Second Amendment, they call him. The lion of the conservatives. The most conservative justice of all time. However, he basically neutered the part of Miller versus the United States, the 1939 Supreme Court case that actually would have given us a chance to repeal the NFA until Scalia kind of wrote precedents. They call it precedents, case law is what it's called in the Supreme Court. He wrote new case law that actually overrides any hope we had with Miller. And he said, we're going to now set a common use standard. If it's in common use, individuals have the right to own it, is what Scalia said in the majority opinion. So when we won Heller, which we needed to win, look, there's two things going on right now, guys. I know this is a tightrope I'm walking here, but think about this. Individual right to keep and bear arms was awesome in Heller, but then he added in there and said, however, it doesn't protect unusual firearms. Certainly, individuals don't have the right to own a machine gun, is what Scalia said. Certainly, people don't have the right to own extra dangerous and unusual weapons. That's what Scalia said. He said that something has to be in the common use before an individual has an individual right to own it. Thus, if we're back to this whole thing again, I'm going somewhere with this. This is why we do need to fight for braces, okay? Because, look, it's all we got right now. You want to blame your parents? You want to blame your grandparents? You can if you want to, but I'm not encouraging you to start fights with family members. I'm just saying. Do you want to blame your forefathers for the last, 100 and something years when gun control started getting put into effect and they've been chipping away ever since? You can. I don't know. You can blame me if you want. But that's where we're at right now. The National Firearms Act is 86 years old. The Heller decision, which is still recent, I'll call it case law. I hate case law, by the way. I think the Constitution should be the supreme law of the land, and some Supreme Court decision shouldn't override our founding document, right? But he did. Scalia literally established the common use. Thank you, Mateo. I appreciate it, man. He says, let's all thumb the stream up. There's tons of people that are going to give a bunch of thumbs downs, guys. So, look, there's nobody that's going to repeal the NFA through bureaucratic means. You guys want to repeal the NFA, there's methods for it. There are. Actually, in the opening of the Declaration of Independence, it actually prescribes those methods. However, I get it, guys. I want to repeal the NFA probably more than anyone that's in here. But we have Supreme Court precedents in recent times holding it up. Now, what's interesting is I talked about the Miller case, right? That's actually was an interesting case. Cruz with the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys want to know what happened in Miller? It was interesting, right? Mr. Miller got caught with a double-barrel sawed-off shotgun. This was after the 1934 National Firearms Act, which regulated those with attacks, can't cross state lines. It involved interstate commerce, this case, right? Okay. And his legal counsel, now Miller was an interesting story. He was a career criminal. He didn't even show up to court. If things would have been a little better, if he would have had his act a little better, he probably could have turned over the National Firearms Act. But here's why they didn't. The justices at that time said, okay, yes, we do have an individual right to keep and bear arms. However, only as it suits the individual's rights to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed, so that these individuals can form this well-regulated militia. And they cited the well-regulated militia. And they said, okay, so if you guys can prove to us, they said to the defense, to Miller's team, if you can prove to us that this short-barreled, sawed-off, double-barreled shotgun has any type of military or militia purpose, then we'll have to throw the National Firearms Act out. Well, there's Miller was not the best defendant. He was on the run. He was hiding from other felonies he had. This guy's life was a mess at the time, trust me. But basically, after they went through, they said, well, hold on a minute. We have, trench shotguns and stuff, but not once you saw the barrel off so short, it doesn't even have the terminal ballistics to be used for, at that time, warfare. And they said, that's not a weapon of war. See, the Second Amendment does cover weapons of war. And it especially covers weapons of war because they still believed back then that the right to keep and bear arms was to form a well-regulated militia to fend off a potentially tyrannical government, to fight against the standing army. And they basically said that since that short-barreled shotgun was not a weapon of war or not a weapon of the militia, that actually the Second Amendment didn't cover it as much as it would have a weapon of war. Isn't that interesting? If you actually look at this, is just all in my opinion, but if you look at the justice's arguments in U.S. v. Miller, 1939 case, I believe, based on reading the transcripts, had he had a Thompson machine gun at that time, you could have actually proven that was a weapon of war, right? A machine gun. I think they would have overturned the National Firearms Act. I really do. Because their arguments are basically saying, just prove to us that it's a valid weapon of the militia, weapon of war. And then it'll have the highest level of protection. Well, fast forward, we had Scalia come in more recent times and said it is an individual right, which that was totally awesome because the downside to Miller was it was still kind of gray in some people's mind. The pro-gun people would say Miller proves that we have the individual right. But the anti-gun would say, no, actually Miller said we didn't have an individual right. So he set the one part straight, which was awesome, and said it is an individual right, but then he said it does not cover machine guns, extremely dangerous or unusual firearms. And for that reason, that's the courts, the high court, and the fact that we had the president, the House, and the Senate, they didn't even pass the Hearing Protection Act. We ain't going to repeal the NFA in the next 2 years by diplomatic normal means. That's why we need to still fight for the brace. And here's how I look at it. If you think the brace is stupid, I guess just don't use it. Don't buy one. I'm not going to tell you have to buy one. I'm the last one that would tell you that. Just, don't buy one, and I guess just go on with yourself. But I've heard a sentiment from a lot of people lately. Have you guys noticed that? Where they're like, just stop fighting for the brace. There's no reason to fight for the braces because they're just so stupid and useless. Let's just focus all of our efforts on repealing the NFA. And I say, well, we have to use both, right? You can use a lot of the litigation that's going on with the bump stock case, which is still alive and well, by the way. Okay. You've got Gun Owners of America. You have FPC/FPF. They've both, have had lawsuits going on this for quite some time now. These are two of the, better organizations, certainly in the country. I don't think you can debate that. So, yeah, we're going to go after the NFA still, of course. Like, I don't want the NFA, right? But why would I just give them braces and be like, oh, you can just have that because I'm only worried about the NFA? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't make a lot of sense at all. That'd be like people being like, oh, I don't care if Biden, passes a $200 tax on all my guns and all my magazines because I'm just going to go after the GCA. That's the 1968 law, the Gun Control Act. Yeah, good luck with that, because then if you give up your guns you have now and then they don't repeal the GCA, I think you guys know where I'm heading with this, right? It's a tough one. Funis, what's happening? Thanks for the super chat. He says, some liberals never died. They just smell that way. Somehow I actually find that refreshingly funny. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. So that's the deal. We need to keep on this. I don't know. Like I said, I think I said it in my last stream when I was talking about these braces. Said I've reported on many Ammo Land articles, okay? Specifically, John Crump articles. They've always been reputable. If there's something wrong with what John Crump's reporting, you're going to have to prove it to me. If not, I'm going to go with that. Also, when it comes to the ATF's word versus SB Tactical's word. I don't know anybody that works at the ATF. I don't know SB Tactical, but If you want to convince me the ATF's totally on the up and up with all this, and they've been totally, nice set of rules, no, you're going to have to prove that to me, because I'm not just going to believe that automatically either. See, I've been following this stuff for a long time. And I know one thing. Anytime you read one of these ATF letters, they'll be specific, they'll be pedantic, they'll be semantic. I mean, everything you can think of, just down to the T, when they're trying to prove all their nitty-gritties. But then they always have a couple super vague catch-alls at or near the beginning of the letter. When you're done reading it, you're like, wait a minute now. They literally sat there and read the date on this old dime under a magnifying glass and just put this whole company's gun under scrutiny, and they did this and they did that. And then at the very end, they're like, oh, but by the way, we can change our mind on this, and just because it applied to this doesn't mean it applies to the next guy, and we reserve the right to reserve the right is basically, and you're like, huh? I don't know. There's always that little thing in there. So since they always write their letters that way, yeah, I'm sure it's literally almost impossible to actually sit there and hash this stuff out, come to any kind of complete, concrete conclusion. I don't know. All right, is there a bunch of Brace haters in here, or do you guys know what I'm talking about? We just can't give up any of it. That's the problem. You can't give up any of it, because if you do, you pretty much never, ever, ever get it back. Where's our Molot Vepr rifles? Where's our Sega rifles? Where's our 7 and 6 ammo? I don't know. Trump wasn't good enough for the Second Amendment for me, not even close. But I'll tell you what, Harris Biden would be about 100 times worse. Here's my problem right now. And do you guys run into this too, or is it just me? I can't find anybody out there that's good enough on the Second Amendment anymore. Really? Rick Nieper. He would be, but are you running for president, Rick? What's happening, man? How you doing? Where's Tap Rack and Roll? She could be Rick's whole picks. None of these people are good enough. We're always voting for the lesser of two evils when it comes to gun rights. Let's face it. We can't give up anything, guys. You can't give it up. You'll never, ever, ever get it back. What's happening, Rockford? How you doing, man? I did a video about you on my other channel last week. I don't know if you watch my other channel very much. I gave him a shout out on my other channel. I will here too. The Molots are in a safe. Oh, you don't know how bad I want to go grab one right now, but hi, Susan. Susan Wiki's in the house. She's a big fan of the channel, but oh, I definitely want Rick. I wanted you to come on this week, dude. Probably should have got a hold of you before Friday, an hour and a half into this. Hey, Rick, you want to come on my stream an hour and a half ago? Yes, Rick, I do, by the way. Millbury, $2. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. What's your favorite TV watching gun? Dude, I love the A-Team more than anything. The Mini 14 is not even my favorite firearm, but that one, oh yeah. Dude, I love the A-Team. A-Team, Dukes of Hazzard. But yeah, just in the show, right? In the A-Team show, that specific Mini 14, just the way it never runs out of ammo. He's got the big cigar and just, if you guys have seen it, he's just like, man, he's old. Yeah, I'm a little old, guys. I get it. I'm a little old. Rudy Fenney with a super chat. Thanks a lot, man. He says exactly. Give an inch and they'll take a mile. Yeah, I know. And then you give them a mile and look, in Michigan, nominated for Time, Person of the Year. Person of the Year nominee. They call her many things. They call her so many things I can't even remember, but I'll call her the Tyrant of Michigan. That's what I'll call her, just because it's family friendly. No more than 2 families can get together for Thanksgiving, and many people listened, and that's what happened when we gave them a mile in Michigan. What'll be next? Do you think Gretchen is coming for our guns? I'm sure she is. If she could, she would. I'm sure she'll try. But yeah, that's what happens. You give them an inch, they take a mile. You give them a mile, and you can't even see your family on Thanksgiving as suicide rates continue to go up. We can't let the cure be worse than the disease. Well, come on, A-dubs. That's what I just said. That's why I liked it. Come on, man. Psh. Come on, man. Well, look, he's a Marine. You Marines think you can shoot better than B.A. Baracus? Psh. Come on, man. I don't care if you got your rifleman badge either. It doesn't matter. Is Susan Wiki here tonight? Sometimes she actually does come into this chat. Where's Susan? I'm looking for her. Matt Morrison, what caliber of upper do I have? Is that a trick question? Did you miss the S on there? Did you mean calibers? I've got a few Vepers. Rick says there's a lot of people in the stream. No, I don't have money to run for president. The beds would explode if I was president. Oh, I could only imagine right now. I'm sitting there like, okay, wake up. Oh, you're on a stream. Man, that would be awesome, dude. I don't know. I've got like a 54R and an X39 and a couple 12 gauges and a few more. Rudy Finney. That could be taken a number of ways. Thanks again, dude. I appreciate it. He says she just wants the tip. Like, how much of the tip? Like the tippy? Like a tip, right? Like you tip, like a super chat. I got you, dude. He means like a super chat. She's here under a new name. What's going on, JB and Water? Where's she at? Candace, where's she at? What's going on here? SLR 107. All right. Department of the Space Force. Nice. Denny's plant-based journey. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the stickers. Oh, no problem, dude. That's the least I could do. I feel guilty because I haven't had anything nicer to send you guys, but I will soon. I'll have a little bit of time. Yeah, just a tip. Like, you know, like was your dinner good today? Yeah, here's the bill and keep the rest for a tip. That's what I assumed it meant. There's a lot of people in the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. What did I miss that I was supposed to be talking about? Let's see here. Doom and gloom. Let's see. Ammo shortage. Yep, it's going to happen forever or 2 years. We covered that, right? We covered the... We'll talk about coffee in just a minute. I'm just checking up on the chat real quick, guys. White Space Marines, what's happening, dude? I have not talked about Black Rifle Coffee. Do you guys want to talk about Black Rifle Coffee? I have a few more thoughts on it. I'm not going to sit there and just, keep piling on them forever. I made my opinions known, but there is something I do want to clarify with that. Not really clarify, but just let you guys know, like, I guess just repeat myself from what I said in my video on my other channel. And John Crump sent me the email. Thank you, sir. If you're still watching, I appreciate it. No, I told you guys before, I said, I don't know John Crump personally, but I've been reading his articles for a long time. Seen him on, the Hank Strange stream quite a few times. I know friends of his. I've used his articles many times and then commentary on them. I consider him to have always been a legit investigative reporter. And if John Crump was just making up a bunch of stuff and starting a bunch of crap, if somebody said that, a couple people did. Like, well, 2 people said that. The rest of the people, I think, thought it was a great article. For those 2 people, I said, hey, show me some proof. They didn't show me any proof. They said, like, screw you and left, and that was it. I don't know. I don't know half these people, but it ain't my first rodeo. I just know. I know there's a lot to it when it comes to the ATF. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. And who's bringing the chips, right? Right, Matt the man? Now, I'm going to talk about Black Rifle Coffee in just a minute. I just wanted to kind of specify a couple more things with that. And I don't know. Thought I was crystal clear before, but maybe I wasn't. I don't drink coffee, no problem. I know. I should come up with 2A EDU tea. I need someone to help me with some merch. Susan's only showing me half the chats tonight. Is my Ho Picks in here? Ho Picks, go get me some tea. I'm starting, guys. I'm trying to get ready to run for president. Okay, I'm trying to get it down. Leonard Mason, what's up, dude? These topics are so depressing. I'm talking about, guys. Just give me a minute. I just want to say hi to you guys. I know it's not as good for views, but I don't really care. I just want to say hi to you guys for a minute because, look, it is what it is. It totally sucks right now, but like you guys are still cool, right? Hopefully one or two of you are cool at least. I need somebody cool to hang out with. All right, Chris W's got my back. We'll call it 2A EDUT. Problem is, guys, I don't have the tactical beard. I don't have the tactical tattoos, and I never served. I didn't. But I can promise you one thing. I've never donated 1 penny to Barack Hussein Obama. Certainly never donated to Tulsi Gabbard. And I've never wavered in my support for Kyle. So, drink my tea, eat my cereal. I pity the fool, eat my cereal. Since we're talking about A-Team. Do you guys remember that? The Mr. T cereal. I pity the fool, eat my cereal. That was a good time. Marksman TV, what's happening, man? How's it going? Are you the Marksman TV's channel I've been watching like forever? If so, you have an awesome channel, dude. I think you're the same Marksman TV. Seriously, I've been watching your channel for a long time, man. West Michigan in the house. Awesome. How's it going, Kyle? All right, we'll talk about Black Rifle Coffee in just 1 minute if you guys want to. That's fine. I'm not going to dogpile them. I've said enough. But I want to clarify just a couple things because, I don't know, I just need to say it twice, I guess. I think Ho Picks is cheating on me. All right, I need Mega Patriot. He has a good one there. Why do roosters wear pants? Why don't roosters wear pants? Why don't they wear pants? Their peckers are on their head. That is actually kind of funny. All right. Here's the deal, guys. Marksman, that's him. Oh, yeah, that's cool, dude. He owns a gun shop. He can tell you guys about it. Now, look. Here's the thing with Black Rifle. I said it, okay? I said it when I did my video on my other channel. I got a lot of hate, a lot of support, but that's not the right words. I wasn't looking for support. Look, guys, it's this simple. Number one hate comment I got. They said, you may as well be of the left wing because you're doing cancel culture. I never called for canceling anybody. I said right off the bat, I said, the following is going to be my opinions only. I'm not trying to talk you into anything. I wouldn't ask you to follow me, and like you even would if I asked. I swear that was almost a verbatim quote that I said. So that's what I'm going to say again. See, here's the thing people don't realize. I'm not a leader of a cult. I don't have any powers over you. Like, I can't make you do anything, nor do I want you to do anything. I literally sit here every stream, even when I do my reviews, I say, some people are going to prefer that the G2C has a safety. And if you love a safety on your striker fire gun, that's awesome. However, those of you who hate a safety on your striker fire gun, you're not going to be so happy. I never say like, oh, only cool kids, would have a non-safety gun and you're a noob if you want a safety. Or I never say that. I'm just not that type of person. And I'm not when it comes to Black Rifle Coffee either. Here's literally what I said. Because this is called YouTube. It's called YouTube. YouTube. YouTube meaning like me, like this is my channel, right? So I'll express my opinions. And I said, in my opinion, okay, I'm not happy with Black Rifle Coffee. I'm not happy with how they handled the Kyle situation. I'm even less happy with how they've handled the fallout afterwards. And I'm no longer going to support them. Because I had 1 million people asking me my opinion. And some people were even saying, like, well, what do you think I should do? Only like a couple people. Most people were just like, hey, my mind's made up one way or another. What's your opinion? So I gave my opinion. And my opinion is this. They served their country. I'm sure they're war heroes. They did many active duty, deployments. That's awesome. Great. I don't take anything away from that. But at the same time, the original owner, CEO, whatever you want to call him, Evan Hafer, he donated to Barack Hussein Obama $500 and donated to Tulsi Gabbard. Like, we're literally sitting here arguing about, like, okay, how are we going to keep our braces while still going after the National Firearms Act and all these little nuances. He helped get our enemies elected. I can't support somebody that supports that. Now, can you still be just as pro-Second Amendment as me and still support somebody that supports gun grabbers? That's up to you. Maybe you can. Maybe you're a bigger man than me if you can. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys the honest truth. I can't and won't support somebody because here's what it comes down to. There's many things we can debate on in life. Look, if my favorite is cheesecake and he likes apple pie for dessert, like, we're not even going to care on that, right? So that's on the opposite end of the spectrum. There's many things in between where it's like, okay, cool, whatever. We could have a Ford versus Chevy debate. That might be fun. I own both, though. But whatever. But when it comes to people supporting the enemy, I believe it was the 14th Amendment that codified no aiding and abetting, no aid and comfort to the enemy. No aid and comfort to the enemy. We have many enemies, both foreign and domestic. And when people literally sit there and try to take away our fundamental God-given rights to keep and bear arms that it clearly states shall not be infringed. The government didn't give it to us. God did. And you give people money because money is power. Money buys elections. Money matters when it comes to elections, period. End of story. It's just the way it is. Now, was he the deciding factor? No, but it's a proven fact. Evan Hafer helped Barack Obama win. And even though she lost, he tried to help Tulsi win. Hey, look, he can like Tulsi all he wants. That's fine, but here's the problem. He donated to Tulsi Gabbard as CEO of Black Rifle Coffee Company. What makes their coffee different than just any other cup of coffee? Well, it costs twice as much, if not 10 times as much, depending what you buy. That's one difference, right? But what was different about them that made them more appealing? Veteran-owned, employees supporting the vets. We're good, right? I support veterans. A lot of good veteran friends of mine hanging out with us right now. But the Black Rifle part of it, it's called Black Rifle Coffee. The Second Amendment, they run around showing their massive hundreds of thousands of dollars gun collections every day. And then when Kyle actually used one in real life, not with a bunch of hot chicks all around with like these $300,000 souped up Unimog SUVs and rich kids' toys and vacationing in all the far ends of the world that's in all the videos, which that's fine. That's called capitalism. If you're successful enough to be able to afford to go all those places, I ain't jealous. God bless you. I'm a capitalist too. Just not a very good one, apparently. Because here I am. But I'm with you guys. I don't want to be anywhere else, trust me. But the company's motto was Black Rifle Coffee Company. They call him the kid. I'll call him a young man. Some people call him a criminal. I don't call him a criminal. He looked like a hero to me. When he actually used one in real life to protect his life. To protect his life. Didn't seem like Black Rifle Coffee was quite as gung-ho about the Black Rifle as they were when they had all the glam and Hollywood productions. Just my opinion. I'm not telling you what to think. I'll say it one more time. No, I'm not trying to vote cancel culture because guess what? I'm just one person. Never told any of you guys not to buy their coffee. I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to disrecommend it. I'm just telling you why I'm not going to do it. Okay? That's all. That's all. And if you want to do a video on your channels that says, this is why I support Black Rifle Coffee Company, that's totally fine. I don't care. If I disagree with you, I probably just won't say anything because I don't really like to just run around. I don't pick any fights on other people's channels, actually. You'll never see me doing that, not even once. So there you go. It's not cancel culture because I'm not asking anyone to do anything. Didn't seem like they were quite as supportive of the Black Rifle when it came to Kyle as I would have liked them to be, but that wasn't that. The main thing was that, and they just kept getting worse. The political donations. Then they came out on Twitter and banned thousands of people that were asking them questions. Some were just out and out trolls. I get it. You know, sometimes people do need to get banned if they're threatening your life or some, whatever. Ban them, whatever. I get that. But they were banning a lot of people. They put out a coffee mug, basically giving everyone the finger. That's whatever. It just really comes down to this. The whole Kyle thing kind of curled my lip up at him a little bit. And then when I found out that Evans supported financially with large sums of money Obama and Gabbard, and I get it. Dana Loesch did the biggest puff piece, non-reporting thing I've ever seen in my whole life, and I'm not looking forward to watching any more of her shows either, by the way. If you love it, watch it again. I don't care what you guys do. I'm not looking forward to any, whatever. I didn't care for that at all, the way she did that. She basically sat there and answered all the questions for him without even giving him much of a chance to talk, and I get it. I already know someone's going to say this, but he lost the bet. Okay? I don't know. I don't know who he hangs out with. I have no clue. I'll tell you what, none of my friends make bets and say if you lose the bet, you have to donate to Biden or Obama or Tulsi Gabbard. No. We don't bet about it. That's too serious. We don't bet about that. We might bet like if you lose the bet, you got to pay for ammo next time we shoot, or you've got to buy me dinner. You know what I'm saying? I know some guys that might even put their old lady up on the auction block before they would their Second Amendment rights. I don't know about that, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? I don't know. So that's his official story, just to be transparent with you guys. He came on there and he said, I lost the bet. When's the last time you and your Pro 2A friends made a bet and the loser had to help the guy that was going to take all of our guns win the presidency? Hey, whatever. So that's the official story. He lost the bet. All right, fine. Then I don't want to drink his coffee anymore because he lost the bet then. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So there you go. But the moral of the story is this. How many times this time, or the last time I talked about it, how many times did I tell any of you guys what to do? Come back and look at these comments in a couple days. Maybe even already. Maybe in the chat tonight. I don't know. I haven't looked at the chat in the last few minutes. But there'll be people tonight, tomorrow, the next day saying, you are part of cancel culture. You're trying to make your people. What, my friends that I hang out with? No, we don't make those kind of bets. I don't know. Find me on the record telling you guys what you have to do. It'll happen, though. Trust me. Yeah. There's not going to be much 2A left before they go. You know what, though? A-dubs, I hate to say it, man. I think you're wrong. The classic FUD are dying off. Ricky Tick, but there's not much 2A left before they go. You're right, but now there's the Neo FUD. And the Neo FUD almost appears to be a little bit better than the classic FUD. Until you really get into the weeds, then the Neo FUD can actually be like 10 times worse. So beware of the Neo FUD. If Cave Dave says, I bought their coffee to support them once, I can get better coffee at a cheaper price. So if the price is your reason, that's fine too. But look, Dave, we've been buds for years, man. If you told me, look, 2A EDU, Dave's not saying this, I don't think. But even if Dave said, look, dude, I'm going to still support him, I'd say, support him. I'm not. You can. Me and you are still going to be buds, though, right? You know, I never told anybody to do anything. Not even once. Looks like nobody's heard of the Neo FUD before. I don't know. Maybe that'll have to be my next stream, the Neo FUD. The Neo FUD's a big deal, guys. All the public school people are like, what's Neo FUD? Maybe I made it up. I don't know. Hey, Dubs wants to be wrong. No, it's worse than you think, man. The Neo FUD is a special character, okay? No, I don't know, guys. This is 50-50. I just wanted to clarify one more time why I personally am not spending money with that company. And just to clarify one more time, I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm not even asking you to do anything. Not even like a little bit. Somebody asked me, and it moved out of my way here. So somebody said, what's going to be their first anti-gun thing, right? Luna Dust. Okay, thank you. It does help to get a little bit of encouragement, guys. I get a lot of hate. From that first video I did. I bet you when I'm done, there'll be a dozen hateful comments in there. And there's probably already some on this video. Just for telling you guys my opinion. But that's why it's YouTube, though. That's like what I do, right? I talk about myself a little bit. I talk to you guys. I talk about you guys. You know what I mean? That's what we do on here. Somebody said, what's the first thing Biden will do? This is if the presidential race is not over. He's not going to win. But if he did. I think it's going to be obviously something through an executive action. I think it'll probably be something through the EPA, and I think it'll probably have to do with ammunition. I see them just taking it because Biden doesn't even know where I am. Remember, he's like, this is my wife. This is my daughter. I got them mixed up. This is my wife. This is my daughter. I'm Joe Biden, and I'm running for the United States Senate. Come on, man. He doesn't know where he's at. He's not going to do anything. However, his little underlings, they're like, all right, give him some Ritalin. Huh? Sign here, sir. That'll be some kind of draconian thing, like just sweep of a pen. No more lead bullets, gone. Oof. It's just a guess, but someone wanted my guess. It'll be in the name of Trump used to talk about that little minnow. Remember that? Half of California. They can't drink. They're dehydrated. You can only water your grass on opposing days. There's rolling brownouts. There's this, there's that. Because of this teeny little minnow. It'll seriously be something right along the level. Like there's a minnow even half the size of the one causing the California droughts. The minnow's half that size. No more lead ammo. Done. He'll probably get Man of the Year, but he'll have to wait till next year because they call her the governor of Michigan and many other things. She's set to win it this year. Can you imagine that? There she is. How's it going, Michelle? What's up? How you doing? You guys have no idea how happy I am to see her right now. Love you, Michelle. I hope you're okay. I'm so happy to see you. All right, now I'm in a good mood, guys. I'm going to do Neo Fuds next week, all right? We'll talk about the Neo Fuds next week. I saw Michelle LeDuc, so now I'm happy. Rick Nieper, Fud, my middle brother. Oof. Oof. Ow. You know, that's good advice, Mr. C. Thank you. Just ignore the stupid comments because there are too many good comments to respond to. Now, I try to ignore, dude. Sometimes you wade through it, you know, knee deep, but thanks for the support, man. I appreciate it. I know. I usually buy the instant stuff. Do you guys want to see what is like a treat for me? You guys want me to share with you? It's actually like on the high end compared to like the great value of the folders. Hold on a minute. Hold on. This is the good stuff, guys. I put the cap on sideways. This is going to go stale. What the heck? Hey, it's true, guys. Juan Valdez. This is like the high end, too. This costs literally twice as much. It says 100% Cafe Premium Colombino. Come on, Hispanics. Is there some Hispanics that you guys can just make fun of me? I have lots of Hispanic friends in here. They're like, what the heck is wrong with this white boy? He can't even talk. I get it. Juan Valdez, Cafe Premium Colombino, freeze-dried soluble coffee, 100% Colombian. I think this is honestly like $5 or $6. And by the way, you guys wouldn't call me white boy. You'd call me gringo. Duh. But look, right here. See, here's what I didn't tell them, guys. Just keep it between me and you. Let's see here. Candace Sharon, don't tell any of them. All the super chats they send, they think it goes into guns and ammo. It goes right here. This stuff isn't cheap. But I do appreciate all the super chats. They 100% go into ammo. This by no means was... No, I've had this for a long time, guys. But this is good stuff. Promise you it is. I'm trying to have a little fun, guys. Hola, Juan Valdez. Yes. I think that means hello. They're all going to start making fun of me now. That's good, though. I'm just trying to have a good time here. Yeah, I think we about covered all of it tonight, guys. Ammo shortage, 2 years, if things are going good, I hope. Forever, if they go bad. I prefer this coffee over much more expensively priced alternatives. Braces do matter, and of course I want to repeal the NFA. I want to just as bad as you guys do. It's going to be tough. All that means is we have to fight harder, but in the meantime, we need to save our braces. From what I understand, the author of the story was nice enough to share information with this channel, and therefore, through you all, to you all. I see my email. I'm going to check it later on tonight here. We'll read some more, and I think nothing's changed as far as right this second, okay? No legal advice. This is only for entertainment. I promise you guys. I'm not a lawyer. I don't think right now you need to go shred all your braces or melt them or burn them. I don't think that's what I'm reading, okay? I really don't think so. But the ATF has gone from you can inadvertently and occasionally shoulder to where it can't even touch your shoulder, to back to where you could inadvertently again. To now this, now that, now the other, now the other. They're all over the place, okay? They can change at any given time. So while I don't think that they're like getting ready to indict all of us right now, I don't think it's quite that grim yet. I think it is one of their top priorities. And it could be that way very soon, okay? Is it legal for you to own what you did before? This is all I can say. I can't tell you guys what's legal and not legal. This stuff is so dicey. such a fine line. It's debatable whether they were ever quote legal, but the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed, first of all. Second of all, they're definitely in common use. Some people say 4 million. I've heard people say 10 million. I even heard one person say 20 million people own these braces. They're in common use. Okay. So here's how I'm going to answer this. Whether they're legal or not, that's lawyers. I don't think that they've become any more or less legal in the past week than before for the average Joe Schmo. Even if there is a law that was written specifically to an unnamed shotgun company, I don't think until it goes through public comment and it's put out as a regular, mass directive. I think last time I checked, you guys confirm this, okay? But I think these letters only apply to exactly who they're written to, quite frankly. So there you go. Chuck R. Tea drinking contest, and the loser joins NFAC. Oh, man. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. When's the last time you guys literally had a bet where you're like, all right, dude, I bet you I'll get that chick's phone number. And if I don't, I'll donate to Barack Hussein Obama. Come on, man. Chuck R. Nice bike, by the way. Tea drinking contest. Loser joins NFAC. You just had to do that to me, dude. Now I just got like the last 1% of all the haters on YouTube that had never bothered to hate before. So now I just need to change the stream. Braces. Ammo shortage. Black Rifle Coffee, NFAC, and being mean to little kittens and puppies, and then I'll just be the most hated person that's ever lived. I don't know what else to say. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to get off here. I've been on for almost 2 hours, and I'm super tired. They are giving the thumbs up. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And by the way, the thumbs ups are awesome. I want to thank you guys that left me super chats tonight. So generous. Those of you on Patreon, you guys are awesome. I so appreciate it. And if you guys are like, dude, we'd like to help you, but we're broke. Get it. I get it. I'm broke too. I do have an Amazon link. It's an affiliate link. It helps me a little bit. If you click on it before you make any of your purchases, a small percentage helps the channel. So there you go. But you know what's actually probably just as important as anything right now? Just tell your friends, share these stories and videos, because there's a lot of shadow banning going on and they don't really like us talking about this, trust me. So just hanging out and telling your friends is a lot of help too. But yeah, I appreciate it. That's good. I can't see the thumbs ups from the screen I'm in, guys. I'm on StreamYard right now and they do not show me that. Let's see here. Oh, I have something new for Lamy, but it's actually so late in the stream. I'm going to premiere the next stream with it. But I did. Check this out. I got these on a little pre-Black Friday sale. I got some new and improved lighting. What do you guys think? That's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to take another quick peek at the chat here, and then I'm going to get off and go. I think me and Juan Valdez are going to hang out for a little bit tonight. What do you guys think? He's a handsome-looking fella. Donkey on the front. He can keep the donkey. I'll just drink some of the coffee. I think we'll be better off that way. Mr. V is not prejudiced. He hates them all. Hey, equal opportunity hate. That'll work. Where's Rick at? Yeah, Rick, I do want to hang out next week. That would be awesome. You want a cup of coffee, Michelle? She's probably been living on coffee lately. I'll get you a cup of coffee soon. Marksman TV. I assume that's fine. Yeah. Do I have your email? Is your email on your channel or? If you don't mind emailing me real quick, Marksman, okay? Then I have it. And then I just put that back in there again. If you have just 2 seconds, just be like, hey, and then that way I'll have it in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Guys, I got a couple guns in today, but I can't show them because, hi, Susan. My girl, Susan. I don't know. Yeah. Zach the Ripper. Some mood lighting and a little Juan Valdez. Heck yeah. I mean, this stuff's legit, guys. Seriously, though. You can tell. Don't worry. I can still drive after this. Don't worry about it. I'm good. Thanks, man. This hat, actually, I don't know if it's actually available or not. I got that from my friends with 2A Livingston, the ones that gave me that banner. I don't know if it's available online, but I'm thinking about getting a little merch store going for the winter, so. John, Marksman TV wanted to look at those documents. I'll email you afterwards and see, just to make sure. All right, guys, so hopefully that clarifies it. Like I said, with the braces, in my opinion, I can't give you legal advice. I believe, however legal or illegal they were before this last week, I don't think anything's changed. Let me word it one more way. Me personally, not telling you whether you should do this or not. I just can't. I'm not a lawyer. And even most lawyers don't understand the intricacies of this types of firearm law. Not many do at all. But I'm just going to give you guys, this is an anecdote. As of right now, whatever braces I may or may not have owned, I haven't done anything with them. Like, I haven't gone on any, haven't been in a boating accident, guys. I haven't built any bonfires. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm not worried about it. The ATF's doing a lot of, we're going to purposely make everything a fluid situation. And just because we set precedents with this one guy, it's subject to change. They don't do individual determination letters for people anymore. They made that clear a while ago. Okay, so you can't even write them and say, I, John Crump, want to know if I can personally have this brace on my gun that I own, unless he's submitting something as a sample that he's selling or otherwise. They don't do individual letters anymore. They made it clear 1,000 times that just because a letter is written to one person, it doesn't apply to everybody. Last time I checked, if they're making a sweeping rule that affects the whole country, it's supposed to go through a public and comment period. So is there something going on with the ATF right now? Duh. There's always something going on. They literally like go to bed at night so they can wake up. That's just what they do, guys. There's always something going on. So of course there's something going on. Do they want braces gone? Probably. Does Biden want them gone? Well, yeah. Look, Biden-Harris said, for your Taurus G2C, they want $600 in tax. The gun would be called an AW because it can accept a 12-round mag. Each of the 12-round mags, separate $200 stamp. So, of course, they want them all, right? So, yeah. Is the ATF up to no good? Every day. That's what they do for a living. Am I freaking out and throwing anything away right now? No. SB Tactical came back with their side of the story. Is it still going to look like it's a he said, she said? Well, of course it is. If ATF's giving them one opinion that says this on this date, another opinion on another date. You guys see where this is heading, right? But we still need to keep keep your head close to the ground. Keep listening, keep watching, because I've seen it where braces were, they were fine, then they weren't, then they were again, then they maybe weren't. Now they maybe probably still are. You guys get the point here. If you guys feel like you're getting dumber by the minute, so am I. So we'll just stop talking about the ATF's ladders. So we're still intelligent enough to tie our shoes in the morning. Thanks for the super chat, Michelle. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to just buy her a whole jar. Juan Valdez. There you go. All right, guys, I'm going to take one quick peek at the chat here. Come on, man. Money Mar said, oh, come on, man. Oh, I'm watching the Trump stuff like crazy, guys. Trust me. I've been hearing lots of information lately. That's a whole nother topic. Paul Sharon, great chat. I appreciate it. Well, I'm sure I missed somebody tonight. If I did, I'm really sorry, but there's more of you guys than me, but I had a lot of fun, so I appreciate it. And I'm going to get out of here so I can go heat me up a little water. All right, guys, I'll be back next Friday, 9:30 Eastern time. And since I can't touch guns in the live stream, looks like I'm going to have to get a couple gun review videos out this week. How does that sound? All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. And I clicked the wrong button, so I'm going to get out of here for real this time. Yes, I know who Kalyan Noir is. Somebody said it was their first night here tonight. I tried to end, guys, but I forgot to hit end. So I'm saying bye to a couple more people. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Guero M, what's happening, Guero? Mark Taylor, what's happening? I was supposed to have hit end, but I didn't. So I'm just saying good night to you guys. Thanks as always, Cave Dave. Mateo, thank you again. I appreciate it. Reptile guys, Mr. C. All right, I'm out of here for real.